Hey everyone, it's Basso from Iron Lowest Personal Training. Thanks so much for checking out this video, which is a follow-up to my Huffington post blog about running pain-free. It's the second post that I put up in this little series about running pain-free, and it's about strength training. So the three big takeaways from the post are: number one, add resistance, which is why I have this vest on right here. I know it looks like a bulletproof vest. It's actually a weighted vest. It's kind of awesome, fits perfect. You can get them at most sporting goods stores, you can order them online pretty easily, and it's my favorite way to load up runners or people who aren't necessarily adept at lifting weights, because you can add resistance. Each of these little slots here has a little weight inside, so you can remove the weight, you can add weight as you progress. But, as I said in the post, the three takeaways are add resistance, low volume, and structure. So, when it comes to adding weight, your body weight will be insufficient after a certain period of time. If you're new to lifting weights, maybe your body weight's good for a couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks at the most, but then your body's going to get used to that. So you need to find a way to add resistance. The weighted vest is a great way to do that. Use a barbell, use dumbbells. It's up to you, but you have to add resistance. Number two, low reps or low volume. You don't want to add a lot of muscle weight, you just want to add strength, right? Because if you're a runner, then the more weight you have on, the harder it is to run. So the key to that is add resistance progressively so that the lifting is actually difficult, and do low reps and low sets. So maybe anywhere from 5 to 8 reps, and then the load, okay, or the amount of weight that you use should be challenging up until that last rep. So if you're only doing 8 reps, you want to actually get yourself to fail on that 8th rep. So use the progressive loading. And then the third thing is structure. Again, if you're new to running or you're new to lifting, you don't want to just start a strength program right before you're about to run the marathon. The New York City Marathon is coming up in a few weeks, so you wouldn't want to start a program right now. You can do some bodyweight exercises and definitely do the warm-ups and the foam rolling that I talked about in the last video and in my last post, so you should check that out. But then you'll wait till after this marathon to start a strength program. Give yourself that 6 to 8 week window where you can just work on strength, back the running off a little bit. You can still run, just don't run, the 9, 10, 12, 15 mile runs. Do 5 mile runs here, 3 mile runs there, and structure the lifting in between there so you have enough rest to recover, because you don't want to hurt yourself. So the other thing is, I discussed some exercises I just want to show them to you. So if I have my weighted vest on and I'm comfortable using that, I talked about doing squats. So squats just like this, and I have a lot of videos about how to squat, so you can go and check those out. But you want to keep the knees behind the toes, chest up, good posture, tighten the core, and sit your butt back. Okay, squats are going to be key for strengthening the legs, the hamstrings, the glutes, the quads, really every part of your body, your core even too, when you're loaded up with weight. I talked about also doing multi-planar lunges, which basically means lunges in all directions, okay? You'll make slight variations in the lunging pattern that you do. You can go out to the side, okay? You can go backwards. So that's multi-planar. You can even step back on an angle and sort of rotate, okay? That's how you get the sagittal, transverse, and frontal plane all in just standing in one spot and lunging in different directions, and that's great for your legs. I also talked about hip extension, so you can do hip extension just laying on the floor like this. And this is great for your hamstrings, okay, your glutes, your core. Then I talked about doing planks, which are always important, okay? So we're doing regular planks, side planks, all kinds of planks. You can lift your leg up and challenge yourself in different ways. The basic push-up, of course, and again with the weighted vest, it's a great way to load. Push-up, and then I also talked about rows, because the upper body is essential when running because posture is important. So you want to make sure you do the upper body exercises. Push-ups, we got rows here. You can just stand and row, or I can add the squat and row, so I can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But we want to make sure that our thoracic spine, our upper back are really strong, so that when we're running, we don't start to die down like this and get bad posture, because that's going to cause a whole sort of collapse in the body and make it more difficult to run. So you want to be strong all up through your core. Now, I also talked about some other exercises, external rotations, Ys, That's in another video that I have on my site called Super Core Routine, so you should go check that out. Alright, thanks again, and check out the other posts on Huffington.